Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos. And Manchester United have just been beaten by Wolves at Molineux by 2 goals to 1. So now Manchester United are currently out of the FA Cup of course as well. And very disappointing performance from Manchester United tonight to be quite honest with you. Obviously Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had rotated the squad a little bit as well. We saw Herrera come into contention after he just recently recovered from a hamstring injury. We also saw Jesse Lingard coming to contention as well. Of course Sergio Romero was in goal, obviously, for David De Gea, and obviously Diego Dalot, was obviously at right back, because obviously, Ashley Young was currently suspended as well. So Manchester United did lose the game by 2 goals to 1. That's now 2 defeats in a row for Manchester United under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and now that is our 3rd defeat in all competitions now under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as well. And this is the first time Wolves have reached an FA Cup semi-final since 1997 and the 1988 season as well. As I did say, going into the game, it was going to be a very difficult game indeed. Nuno Santos done a really good job with Wolves. As I said, Wolves did invest quite a bit of money last summer. They did spend quite a bit of money, to be quite honest with you. But Wolves against the big teams this season, have been very impressive indeed. And as I did say, it was going to be a very difficult game indeed. And obviously, I think that's the only real chance we had of winning a trophy this season was the FA Cup, because I don't think, to be quite honest with you, Manchester United are going to progress in the Champions League. And of course, it is essential that we do get that Champions League for next season, because obviously we want to have a more competitive summer transfer window, of course, as well. Or, of course, win the Champions League so we can get automatically into Champions League for next season, of course, as well. So as it does stand, the other FA Cup results today, Manchester City won against Swansea by 3 goals to 2. Actually, City were very lucky, to come back from 2 goals down. Watford beat Crystal Palace at home by 2 goals to 1 as well. So going into the game, as I currently said, it was a very poor performance from Manchester United. In the first half, of course, Manchester United, did have the majority of the possession, but we didn't really create many chances, have really a lot of shots, on target. We were really struggling to break Wolves down, of course, as well. I don't think Rashford was great tonight, to quite honestly, even though, he scored right at the end, because I don't think we got Lingard and Martial in the game enough, to give Rashford that support through the middle, to be quite honest, because obviously, Rashford was playing through the middle. To be quite honest with you, I thought we had a lot of the ball in the first half, but, we wasn't quick enough on the ball. There was lack of movement, to be quite honest with you, and we wasn't really causing Wolves any problem, to quite honest with you. Wolves looked very good on the counter-attack, they held the pace, when they had to, as well did Wolves. I thought some of the one-touch, two-touches, were very good indeed, and I'm going to be honest, I thought Diego Jota had a really good game for Wolves. I thought Raul Jimenez, had a really good games for Wolves as well, and they looked a fantastic partnership in Wolves' attacking line, to be quite honest, because they did cause all sorts of problems as well. But the first half, we did have the majority of the possession, to be quite honest, but I thought Pogba wasn't effective either. I thought Pogba, didn't play that well. But in my opinion, in terms of Marcus Rashford, to quite honest, I said he hasn't been the same player, since he sustained that ankle injury, and since he has recovered from that ankle injury, I don't think Rashford has been the same player, because usually he's like lightning, he gets them runs in behind him and all that. But tonight, I don't think we got Martial or Lingard enough in the game, of course, to give, Marcus Rashford that support through the middle, because obviously Lingard was on the right, Martial, of course, was on the left, and Lingard wasn't to his potential best tonight, because obviously he's just recently, recovered from injury. Jesse Lingard, I think he was fully fit, Jesse Lingard. I didn't even think he was going to be involved tonight, to be quite honest with him as well. But obviously we didn't have any other attacking options on the bench, of course, as well. So Pogba, wasn't effective tonight, indeed. I thought defensively we got exposed as well, especially when Wolves were on the counter attack, to quite honest with you. But I don't think Martial was good tonight. I don't think Lingard was good tonight. I don't think Pogba, was effective at all. I thought he had his moments where he was driving forward okay, but I thought, the majority of the game he was very poor indeed. But the first half, we did have the majority of the possession, and Wolves, Sergio Romero, I thought had a really good game, to be quite honest with you. I think he had to make at least 3 world-class saves in the game as well. The best chance of the first half was obviously, before half-time. Diego Jota, had a great chance to put Wolves ahead, but it was a great save to Sergio Romero, to quite honest with you. Then the second half, Raul Jimenez, had a fantastic chance for Wolves from a corner, and it was a great save save again from Sergio Romero. And then again, what's his name, Moutinho, had a great chance for Wolves. I think he was about 25 yards out. Great save again from Sergio Romero as well. But it took to the 70th minute mark, to see a goal in the game. I think it was Raul Jimenez, that give Wolves the current lead, as I currently said. So that was 1-0 to Wolves. 6 minutes later, Wolves doubled their lead, and they currently went 2-0 up. Did Wolves? I think he actually who scored the second goal? It was Diego Jota, wasn't it? Scored the goal if I'm right. He actually turned Luke Shaw inside out. Did Diego Jota in the game, and in the end of the day, it was a 5 finishing. That was 2-0 to Wolves, and then that was game over. To be quite honest with you, and then obviously Manchester United, of course, had a mountain to climb. Then, of course, we saw a few bookings in the game as well. We saw Nemanja Matic gets booked. So if Manchester United would have won the game and progressed, he would have been missing the semi-finals anyway. Rashford got his name in the book. He would have been missing the semi-finals as well. If Manchester United, of course, had progressed as well. Initially as well, Victor Lindelof had been shown a red card as well. I thought he actually been sent off, Victor Lindelof, because actually the referee showed him a red card. To be quite honest with you. But as I did currently say, VAR obviously intervened in this situation, and obviously it made the VAR went through it all again, and then obviously it made the VAR made change the referee's mind. So Lindelof didn't get sent off; he got a yellow card instead as well. We did see substitutions come on in the second half as well. We saw Andres Pereira come on in the second half as well for Ander Herrera. Ander Herrera got in the booking as well. I don't think Herrera was good tonight, to be quite honest, because obviously he's just recently recovered from injury as well, so I don't think Herrera was that good tonight. I thought Matic again, I thought he had a really poor game. I thought he looked very ineffective in midfield, played quite a few misplaced passes, lost the ball far too easily, and I don't think Matic at all had a great game tonight. So so Andres Pereira came on for Jesse. Andres Pereira came on for Ander Herrera, and then we saw who else was it? We saw Juan Mata, came on in the game as well for Nemanja Matic, and Scott McTominay came on for Jesse Lingard as well. But right near the end, Rashford had got us a consolation goal right at the end. It was good build-up play, to be quite honest with you. It was a good run from Luke Shaw, to be quite honest with you. Found Rashford well, and Rashford took the he took the goal very well, and he's found good in the 6-yard box. But obviously then it was far too late. Of course, as well. I think the only chances I can recommend Manchester United having Andres Pereira had a chance, when he'd just come on. Rashford had a chance right at the start of the second half. It currently hit the side netting as well, and I can't think of any other chances, that Manchester United actually had or created and all that as well. And that's just how shambolic Manchester United were tonight, to be quite honest with you. And I thought we were getting outnumbered by Wolves, when obviously they was on the counter attack. Looked very dangerous indeed. Diego Jota had a great game for them. Raul Jimenez, had a great game for Wolves as well, and Wolves would deserve they deserve the victory. To be honest with you, they set a game plan out. That game plan worked for them, and they have progressed to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. It still doesn't change my opinions on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and all that. I still think he's definitely the right man for Manchester United. Of course, I think Manchester United still want to announce him to get the job permanently by the end of the month, of course. But we've got to admit it was shambolic tonight. Romero had a great game. He made some crucial saves, or it could have been even more than a 2-0 in that game tonight. But first half, Manchester United especially had the majority of the possession, but we wasn't really doing all with it. We couldn't really, break Wolves down. Rashford wasn't great tonight, because I don't think Rashford was getting enough support tonight, to be quite honest with you. You could say we was missing Lukaku tonight, because obviously before he sustained his ankle injury, he's actually been in absolutely fantastic form as Romelu Lukaku, to be quite honest with you. And I think Lukaku and Rashford, as I did say, when they have been playing together, they look very good, when they're playing alongside each other. Lukaku looks very effective indeed. So I think we did miss, Lukaku tonight, to be quite honest with you. But I thought Matic was really poor tonight again, to be quite honest with you. Luke Shaw did okay in spells of the game, to be quite honest with you. Lindelof, I don't think he was that too good tonight, to be quite honest with you. I think it was an overall bad performance, from Manchester United, tonight, to be quite honest with you. So as it does stand now, that was our 19th match tonight under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So that's 14 out of 19 now. Obviously, we've lost 3 in all competitions. Obviously, we've drawn 2 as well. So that's 14 out of 19 in all competitions now, as it does currently stand. But it's going to be interesting to see, what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, says says in his post-match interview as well. But it was a very, very poor performance from Manchester United. We've got to be honest, Wolves were really, really good on the ball. They were sharp on the ball. They looked very, very good on the counter-attack. They were exploiting space far too easily. I think, they looked good out wide, did Wolves as well. I thought they were exploiting us far too easily on that right-hand side as well, where Wolverhampton Wanderers, they deserved the victory tonight. There's no arguing, as I said, and as I did say, I thought Manchester United would have won tonight, considering that we suffered that defeat to Arsenal last week. I thought, yeah, we suffered one defeat. Our first defeat we suffered in the Premier League, and Manchester United will bounce back. We won't lose that momentum or confidence, and look what's happened. We've lost again, so that's 2 defeats now in a row, for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So obviously now we've got to start getting things right, of course. Obviously now we're going to the international break, of course, as well. So our next game is obviously, Watford at Old Trafford in the Premier League as well. So the only trophy now we can win this season, of course, is the Champions League as well. And I don't really see us, winning the Champions League, to be quite honest, because I just don't think we're strong enough, to win the Champions League, because we all know that investment is definitely needed to Manchester United in the summer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer himself, as Solskjaer has been in discussions, about the club's transfer plans, for the summer as well. Obviously, he's been in discussions with the board of what players should stay and what players, should go in the summer as well. And I think Solskjaer has already said, what players, he thinks, he's going to, get rid of in his summer when he's named Manchester United manager on a full-time basis, of course. Solskjaer has basically said to the Manchester United board that he's demanding that he wants 4 signings in the summer, of course, as well. And I think, I don't think he's interested in, I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is actually interested in buying any defenders this summer, as recent reports have currently suggested out. I think he's focusing on more attacking additions to the squad, and he actually wants to recommend a right winner to come to Manchester United in the summer, of course, as well. But as I did currently say, Solskjaer hasn't got a great managerial pedigree at the moment in terms of winning any major honours, of course, as I said. But I think he'll still get the Manchester United job permanently, to be quite honest with you. And I still think he's the right man for Manchester United, because he knows the club inside out. We're having a little bad spell at the moment, losing tonight, losing last week to Arsenal as well. But it just happens in football. You can't really blame Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I'm not going to criticise Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tactics, to be quite honest with you, because when he did come into the club, regardless of the injuries Manchester United have had, obviously now players are coming back from injury, as I currently said. He's going to give everybody the chance, including the young players, the fringe players, and this is what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has currently done. You can't blame Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because tonight's performance, we're very, very poor from Manchester United. We had a lot of the possession, but we just didn't cause Wolves any problems. Wolves on the counter attack, put all sorts of pressure on our back line, especially, and we just wasn't good enough tonight. Pogba wasn't good enough tonight. As I said, he wasn't effective at all. Paul Pogba tonight, to be quite honest with you. Matic were really, really poor. Martial wasn't that good tonight, to be quite honest with you. And I don't think Rashford was getting that support up front, from Martial and Lingard, because I don't think we got Martial and Lingard enough in the game, to be quite honest with you. I think we had a little spell at the start of the second half. We did get back in. We did start in the first 5 minutes of the second half. We did start quite well in the first 5 minutes in the second half. Then basically we took the foot off the pedal. To be quite honest with you. But I think Rashford scored late on. It was far too late then. To be quite honest with you. But as I did currently say, Solskjaer's obviously identified the areas where he thinks Manchester United do need to strengthen up. He's obviously said we need a left back. He thinks we need a right back. He thinks we need an attacking mid, and he also obviously thinks we need a right winger as well. And this is what allegedly Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has explained to the board, of course, as well, because we do expect departure in the summer, and it does seem to be quite a lot of the experienced players, that does seem to be causing Manchester United the problems as well. And yeah, a very, very disappointing result tonight, as we all know. We are going to get around £200 million spending spree to spend in the summer, of course, as well. We are going to get around £200 million to spend in the summer. We are going to get around £200 million to spend in the summer as well. Of course, we are still looking to hire a director of football to come in to the club as well. But definitely signings are needed into Manchester United, because there's still areas, where Manchester United are lacking. I did say, actually, we'd actually improved defensively, to be quite honest with you. In the last couple of games, we've definitely looked shaky in defence, to be quite honest with you. But we need a world-class centre-back, to be quite honest with you. Because we haven't really had a world-class centre-back, since we had Vidic, Vidic and Ferdinand and all that as well. And we definitely do need a winger, to be quite honest with you. We definitely need a right winger in the process as well. So as it does currently stand now, obviously there's quite a few teams going for that top four in the Premier League, of course, as well. So it is very, very essential that we do beat Wolves, Watford after the international break as well, because there's quite a few teams, going for that top four now, of course, as well. And it is essential that we get that top four so we can, get into a Champions League football for next season as well. Or if we don't get top four, obviously, we've got to hope, that we can win the Champions League as well, to be quite honest with you guys. But I don't see Manchester United, winning the Champions League. Of course, when we do play Barcelona in the Champions League at the new camp, which is obviously in the second leg on the 16th of April, that will bring back so many memories, for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because obviously back in 1999, he scored the legendary goal. Back in 1990, sorry guys about that in the first. Back in 1999, he had scored the legendary goal as well. So Solskjaer tonight, he actually, he went with Romero in net. I think we went with a 4-3-3. He went with Dalot at right back. He went with Smalling and Lindelof as a centre back partnership, as he has been mainly going with since Smalling's recovered from injury. We saw Luke Shaw at left back. He went with the midfield trio, as I did say it would go. We now players are coming back from injury, and with Pogba, Matic, and Herrera, who mainly since Solskjaer's come in looked very, very effective in that midfield. Didn't look like that at all tonight. We obviously, we saw Martial on the left. We saw Rashford in the middle, and we saw Jesse Lingard on the right as well. But I thought there was a lot of bad individual performances tonight from Manchester United. I don't think Lindelof was that good tonight, even though he did make a few key tackles in the game. Smalling, I thought, was poor tonight as well. Pogba wasn't effective enough. I don't think we, was causing any Wolves any kind of problems. I thought he was playing back too much. I thought Martial was dropping deep, far too many times in the game as well. So we definitely, deserved to win that game. I thought the best player on that pitch it's got to be Sergio Romero, to be quite honest, because he made some crucial saves in the game as well. We know Romero is actually a reserve goalkeeper, to be quite honest. I know he's nowhere near on the same level as De Gea, or nowhere near as good as De Gea, but I still think he's a very, very good goalkeeper, for the reserve goalkeeper. And he's obviously, been in contention to be in every FA Cup match as Sergio Romero, as I currently said. So now we forget about the FA Cup, we're out of the FA Cup, so our only hopes is either winning the Champions League or obviously, finishing in the top four as well. And as I did currently say, we do expect departures in the summer, without a shadow of a doubt, we do expect departures in the summer. Obviously, Valencia's leaving Manchester United in the summer without a shadow of a doubt. He's got a calf injury, as we all currently know. We opted against that decision, to give him that new 1 year extension. This is 10th season now at Manchester United, but he's leaving in the summer. Mario Darmian's leaving Manchester United in the summer as well. I think he'll leave in his summer because he's endured a very, very difficult time at Manchester United as well. I think Rojo's on his way out of Manchester United as well. As I did say, he's good there as a backup option. He is versatile, Rojo, but he's just recently recovered from injury because he's obviously been out injured for a long time as Marcus Rojo as well, and he struggled with his fitness regime, so he could be a player that could leave Manchester United in the summer as well. In terms of the likes of Fred and all that, Fred, I don't know if it's a long-term solution for Manchester United. I know he didn't play tonight, but I don't know if it's a long-term solution for Manchester United. So could he possibly leave in the summer? Because when he has had the opportunity, he hasn't been impressive at all, Fred. And I think maybe he could leave in the summer. McTominay, as I said, came on in the game, but obviously when he was playing most recently, McTominay, was quite impressive to quite honest. He's playing between the lines, playing them precise passes through as well. Was Scott McTominay, to be quite honest with you. Andres Pereira came on in the game, as I said, his best game in a Manchester United shirt, obviously, was against Southampton. Scott getting a goal and scoring an assist as well. Andres Pereira, as we all currently know, and I still think he's got strong reservations about his game time, because obviously now we've got players coming back from injury. Majority of our players have nearly all come back from injury now. He's going to find game time very, very difficult, even though he's here for another year, Andres Pereira, because we have activated that clause as well, which is very, very good news indeed. But yeah, very, very poor performance of Manchester United tonight. Sanchez is on his way out of Manchester United as well in the summer, I should imagine. So he's out for 4 to 6 weeks, as we all know, with injury as well. He's got a knee injury, and he's sustained quite a few injuries, as you know, Alex Sanchez, you know, since he's been here. He has been here just over a year, of course, as well. He's nowhere near the player he was at Arsenal. Sanchez, of course, has lost that yard of pace, as we all currently know as well. I just don't think he's fitted under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's system as Alexis Sanchez, you know. And when he has been, when he has been given the opportunity, you know, he's failed to establish himself, as I currently said, and he just hasn't fitted into the team. So I think he's on his way out in this summer. It will be hard to find a buyer because obviously with his extortionate wages of over £500,000 a week as well. So he's a player that's going to leave. But yeah, tonight, you know, we was, you know, so these are going to be players that are going to be leaving. But tonight, you know, we was missing, you know, Romelu Lukaku, to quite honest. He's got an ankle injury. Hopefully, somewhere along the line, he's going to be back for the Barcelona game in the first leg at Old Trafford, which is on the 10th of April, I think. He's got an ankle injury. I think he's going to miss Belgium's upcoming games as well during the international break as well. He has got an ankle injury. He has been sent for the scan and he's been assessed his Romelu Lukaku, as we all know. But overall, he's got a very, very good pedigree in the Premier League as Romelu Lukaku. And most recently, anyway, he has regained his position back in the team as well as Romelu Lukaku. He is slow. I do have strong reservations about him, but his performances have really, really improved under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, especially recently as well. So you could say he was a miss tonight, you know, was Romelu Lukaku, as I said. But we still had enough quality out there tonight, you know, to get past Wolves without a shadow of a doubt. But as I did say, Wolves have done really well this season. You know, now they've progressed to the FA Cup semi-finals. As I said, they're obviously sitting 7th in the Premier League as well. So they're having a great, great season. Obviously, they only came up from last season because Wolves won the Championship last season as well. They did spend quite a bit of money, as I did say at the beginning of the video, last summer as well. But you've got to credit Nuno Santo. You know, he's done a really, really good job with that Wolves team as Nuno Santo, as I said. I did say it was going to be a hard game tonight, but as I did say, I thought Manchester United would have enough quality to win that game tonight, you know, to be quite honest with you. And we were very, very poor. Every department of the pitch, Manchester United were poor tonight, was getting exposed too easily. When Wolves were on the counter-attack, you know, they looked very, very dangerous indeed, caused us all sorts of problems. You know, we did play quite a lot of misplaced passes. Matches, as I did say, you know, were very, very poor indeed. Pogba wasn't effective enough tonight, and I thought we did actually have a lot of the joy. We had a lot of the possession, you know, especially in the first half, but, you know, there was lack of movement. We weren't quick enough on the ball. We weren't getting in decent positions enough as well. And Wolves, they did really well. They didn't only do good attackively, you know, they did very, very well defensively, did Wolves, you know, to be quite honest with you. So when Wolves did well very, very defensively, that forced Manchester United, of course, you know, to play back, you know, quite a few times as well. But yeah, very, very poor performance from Manchester United, to be quite honest. But I still think I'm not going to turn against Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is definitely still the right man for Manchester United, you know, without a shadow of a doubt, because, you know, we're not going to get someone better than Solskjaer, obviously, you know, at this moment in time or at the end of the season, of course, because Solskjaer knows everything about the club. He knows the trappings of the club, obviously, from being a great player for 11 years under Alex Ferguson, of course, as well, you know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you know, winning loads of winning trophies, including 6 Premier Leagues, scoring 126 goals in all competitions as well, you know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And he knows everything about the team, does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So we're not going to get anyone better than him at this moment in time or at the end of the season, of course, as well. So I'm not going to turn on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Solskjaer is totally blameless in this scenario. He can't criticise his tactics. You know, he goes with the right team, as I currently said. It's just that Manchester United, you know, didn't perform tonight, and that's, you know, why we basically lost the game, as I currently said. But I think Solskjaer's still following. I think he's following Alex Ferguson's philosophy, and he's still brought the fluidity back to the team. You can still see, you know, that Manchester United have a changed team, you know, since Solskjaer has come in, but we didn't see Manchester United tonight at all. You know, we didn't look that good attackively, didn't hardly create any chances. I think in the game, did we have one shot on target or something like that the whole game tonight as well. So it was very, very disappointing, you know, to be quite honest with you. Gonna go watch Solskjaer's post-match interview if it has updated, you know, get his thoughts on the game as well. But one thing I do like about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he never has any negativity. You know, he's always confident. He's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he does show that enthusiasm as well. You know, does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You know, he never has that negativity. As I said, he doesn't rest on his laurels, and he never has that negativity. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and that, you know, that's one good thing about him. And he does believe in the Champions League as well. Does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? He believes Manchester United can actually go all the way in the Champions League. But Solskjaer's also admitted, in terms of, you know, our transfer activity in the summer, he's basically said. Wait there. Just try to get this working. That's not working, but yeah, he's basically said as well. He's aware basically. He's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, that Manchester United, do need quality players. So basically, he says the club should basically go for quality players as well. And this is what basically Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has currently said. So we've got to get some couple of quality players in the summer, of course, as well, because obviously we want to be competing for the Premier League next season. And with his current squad we've got at the moment, it's not good enough to be up there, challenging for the league next season. That's why we need to get some new additions into the club in the summer. And I do believe that Solskjaer can get us back to being a competitive elite level football club without a shadow of a doubt. But we all know investment is needed in the summer. It's a shame that we couldn't get any players in the January transfer window, of course, as well. We didn't get any players in January, like I actually wanted Manchester United to at least get one player in January, but we didn't succeed, of course, as well. But overall, we've spent a lot of money since Ferguson retired. We've spent like £700-800 million. We've seen players come in, we've seen players leave as well. And to be quite honest with you, we did have a good FA Cup run, until we've been knocked out tonight. We won it away at Chelsea, we won away at Arsenal as well. There were two great victories, as I said. But as I did say, Wolves tonight was always going to be a difficult opposition, as I said. Wolves are playing really, really well. This is probably one of the best seasons, they've had, especially in the Premier League, of course, as well. Wolves and Nuno Santo, has done a really, really good job with Wolves, to quite honest. I know did they spend about £100 million last summer, Wolves, if I'm right. I think they spent about £100 million, so they did spend quite a bit of money last summer as well. And the record against the big teams this season has been very, very impressive indeed. Wolves, and they're having a really, really good season. And this is, I think the last time actually Wolves won a trophy was it actually back in 1980. Or something like that as well. And it's the first time they've actually progressed, as I did say, to the semi-finals of the FA Cup since 1997-1998 season as well. So yeah, Wolves will be very, very happy. So that's what, from 97, 1998, that's 10, 20, 21 year ago, the last time, Wolves progressed to an FA Cup semi-final. It's probably likely they'll probably get Man City, probably, in the semi, and I probably think Manchester City will have enough quality, to knock them out. Maybe, they may not get Man City, it actually might be a Wolves-Man City final this season, of course, as well. But I thought Man United, had a great chance of winning the FA Cup. I did say it'll be either us that wins the FA Cup, or I did say it'll be Man City that currently wins the FA Cup as well. But they were lucky today. They were 2-0 down against Swansea as well, who've been very, very poor in the Championship this season as well. Because Manchester City have got a lot of quality in their team. They've invested a lot of money in the team. They've got one of the most, one of the best managers in world football at this present time. Pep Guardiola, of course, as well. And he spent a lot of money, and all the money he has currently spent, more than half the money he spent has obviously been spent on that Manchester City team, of course, as well. And everyone's talking about thinking that Manchester City can win the thinking that Manchester City can win the quadruple. It won't happen, of course. Well, it's possible it could happen. They've obviously already won the Carabao Cup this season. They won it last season as well, so they've won that twice in a row as well. The Carabao Cup, of course. They're in the Champions League quarterfinals, of course. Obviously, they're definitely in the title race as well. Manchester City with Liverpool, so they're actually thinking they can actually win the quadruple. But I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think actually any team's ever done it. Not in English football, as I'm aware of anywhere. And we also saw today, as I did say, Watford beat Brighton to was it Watford? Watford and Crystal Palace. Sorry, I should have thought. I thought it was Watford Brighton. No, it was Watford Crystal Palace. Watford beat Crystal Palace at Vicarage Road by 2-1 as well. So Watford are in the semi-finals as well of the FA Cup. So yeah, very, very disappointing. As I currently said, there will be more live videos. Maybe one more live video will be coming up very, very soon. As I currently said, I'm gonna go watch Solskjaer's post-match interview and all that as well. And we'll keep you up to date with everything that's going on. So anyway, guys, drop your comments, likes below on the channel. What do you think to tonight's game? Thought it was a very, very shambolic performance from Manchester United tonight. Didn't get going. Didn't get into second gear or anything, and we just didn't do anything. We didn't really have any shots on target. Wolves goalkeeper had Held hardly anything to do, didn't really create any chances, didn't really get any kind of bodies in decent positions, because Wolves defensively played fantastic. They looked very, very good on the counter-attack. They were very, very good on the ball. They switched to play very, very well. And I thought, as I did say, Diego Jota and Raul Jimenez, looked a fantastic partnership up front for Wolves. And, they were causing all sorts of problems, for our backline as well. So, anyway, guys, as I did say, drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribing to my channel as always. And take care. God bless, guys. And I'll see you guys all again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.